There's an abundance of paranormal photos available online. This could be because anytime someone believes they've captured proof of a ghost, they head to the internet to show off or receive confirmation that others see the crazy and terrifying figure that they're seeing. It's pretty much impossible to sort through which photos are real and which ones aren't. However, even though a photo may seem fake, a good backstory can make the image worth a second look. Although ghostly images and posts are all over the web, Reddit is the best starting point for users that are looking for mysterious and unexplainable content. Number 5. This photo was posted to Reddit by user Squiggly Wiggly in June of 2019. The first thing you'll see in this post is the photo that the story revolves around. A grainy, low-quality image shows a very disturbing figure in the foreground. While you may question if this photo genuinely shows a spirit, you can at least agree that the figure shown is not human. It appears as though the photo was captured while sneaking around a corner. It's also possible that the image we're seeing is a zoomed-in shot of another photo from a distance. To the left of the shot, there's a wall or curtain which the figure seems to be lurking around. We can't say for certain what the figure is though. It could be someone in a costume or a bad snapshot of a woman. However, the description that comes along with this photo is convincing enough to make the viewer think twice. The figure, which resembles a tall woman, peeks around the corner and is careful not to expose too much of itself. The apparition is wearing a white gown and has gray tinted skin. The face of the apparition is very feminine, and it also seems that their hair is long and black. The image alone is unsettling enough, but Squiggly added a comment to the post to provide more information. The comment says, "Just for context, my brother was eating a sandwich in the living room, and he felt like something was watching him. He looked up, and this was looking back at him. My family has always dealt with seeing and hearing things that weren't truly there." So clearly, according to this explanation, the user's brother was simply minding his own business when this alleged apparition appeared to him and stared down at him in an almost threatening manner. The fact that the user decided to say that his whole family has experienced stuff like this means that the home itself may be haunted. However, when a household experiences a haunting for an extended period of time, the likelihood of capturing evidence increases greatly. This photo will likely remain an unsolvable mystery, but is definitely not something to immediately disregard. Number 4. While there's a surplus of ghost photos online taken inside of homes of users posting them, there's another much more common source of scary photos. In fact, it's more common that ghostly evidence comes from historical landmarks or locations. Whether it's a boat, a house, or a cabin in the woods, anything that dates back at least a few decades is bound to have a ghost story or two attached to it. Historical locations that date back centuries are especially popular locations for capturing ghosts. This could be because people just find these locations as easy targets for a hoax photo, or it could be that these locations genuinely have paranormal activity. This photo is a perfect example of paranormal evidence being caught by a visitor at a historical location. The blurry, confusing image was posted by Reddit user MamaBear0616. As explained in the title of the post, the photo was taken at Fort Morgan. Located in Alabama, Fort Morgan holds a full and colorful history. Information provided by the Fort Morgan website reads as follows. It states Fort Morgan is a third system masonry fort built between 1819 and 1833. Standing guard where the bay meets the Gulf of Mexico, the fort played a significant role in the Battle of Mobile Bay in August of 1864. Used intermittently throughout the Spanish-American War, World War I, and World War II, the site showcases the evolution of seacoast fortifications and adaptations made by the US Army for the defense of the country. In 1946, the site was turned over to the state of Alabama as a historical site. Clearly, this location has seen a lot during its time, and may hold the sad souls that once inhabited the building. Mama Bear explained in the title of the post that the fort is a whole bag of creepy. Unfortunately, the user doesn't go into much detail about why the location is creepy, but we can assume that the visitor had a negative experience with apparitions or the general energy at the fort. The photo shared is a bit confusing. At first it looks like a black mass, probably an item of machinery captured by a moving camera, but upon further inspection, you can start to make out the edges of a human-like figure running past the camera. It's almost like the figure is wearing a big black cape that flows behind them. According to the description, the user was visiting the location with friends when they heard footsteps coming from the room, which was supposed to be empty. After entering the room, they mysteriously caught this photo even though they weren't trying to even capture an image. Number 3. This image comes from a user's comment on a scary photo thread on Reddit. The user Misfit Medium provided a short description of the photo, which reads, "I took this picture on June 18, 2016 at 3:31 p.m. inside of the old jail in St. Augustine, Florida. I was inside of the jail for all 4 or 5 minutes when I snapped this photo. This female face formed but never became anything more than a face. The face looks deformed to me on one side, or beaten up. This of course is a matter of perception and could also be because it was changing shape when the photo was taken. The old jail was in operation from the late 19th century until the mid 20th century and housed men and women in terribly unsanitary conditions. The old jail was also the site of 8 hangings of male inmates." The image that the user refers to is low quality, black and white, and grainy, but it delivers a sense of fear when viewing. If you look closely and focus on the details, instead of the overall image, you can start to see the face that the user referred to. Additionally, the photo seems to have an odd energy. Some commenters explained when looking at the photo they felt fear or a sense of danger. Of course, this is completely subjective and not confirmed, but it's not an uncommon occurrence with paranormal photos. Some believe that the energy of the spirit can be captured on camera along with their appearance, and this is what causes some photos to make viewers feel uneasy or fearful. Once again, this photo comes from a historical location that has a reputation for hosting spirits and strange happenings. The location is a historical landmark with a rich past. Many visitors have claimed online to have witnessed apparitions or other paranormal activity, such as objects moving on their own. Furthermore, visitors that left Google reviews of the location described feeling a sense of dread or fear in certain spots of the jail, along with cold chills down their backs. These feelings are alarmingly similar to the comments left by people that viewed this user's photo and found it disturbing. Whether you believe this photo provides paranormal evidence or not, you can't argue that it's very strange how many witnesses experience the exact same sensations when at this exact same location. In the end, this image is just another mystery that may never be solved. Number 2. You may be familiar with how it feels to wake up in the middle of the night and feel like you're being watched. Most of the time, this random fear turns out to be nothing more than random paranoia. However, in some cases, it could be more than that. This Reddit user, Captain Morgan, shared a photo on a subreddit which allegedly shows a paranormal entity watching her poor victim. The only information provided from this photo is a title which reads, "One night I felt like I was being watched from this corner while I was in my bed at my mom's rented home deep in the woods." 1 week later, her boyfriend at the same bedroom woke up to noises and saw white glowing eyes from the same corner. He took a snapshot with his phone, and this is what he captured. The image that goes along with this story is confusing at first. In fact, some users may just see the photo as a snapshot of a dark corner in a room, with nothing more to see. That's completely untrue though, as the photo clearly shows a sinister and creepy presence. While the photo is dark, grainy, and overall low quality, if you look closely and carefully, you can unveil the sinister figure standing in the distance. The figure, which appears to be male, is tall and very dark. The only clear details that can be seen are white glowing eyes of the strange presence. The figure seems to be very tall and lanky and in an almost unhuman way. He's either standing in the corner of the room or near a doorway, but either way, he holds a threatening stance as he stares forward at a victim. We can't confirm what the photographer saw in the room before taking this photo, but considering the available details, we can assume that he saw something much more clear than this photo suggests. In fact, the simple act of taking a photo at all reveals that the victim was aware of a presence watching it. Number 1. This photo comes from yet another comment on a Reddit thread about ghostly encounters. The user that posted it is known as Rise Exile and shared the photo and the story of their experience in the comments section for other users to read. The comment that goes along with the photo reads, "This photo was taken by me a few years ago. It was in my old house where terrible things occurred. I had red light bulbs put in my room for Halloween and had taken a photo of my room with the light on. This is one of those crappy Samsung S3 phones, I believe. I took it and never thought anything of it until a few days later when I looked at it and noticed the black mass in the middle. I brightened the photo and immediately became sick to my stomach. My mother had sage in my room and advised me to delete this photo, but I just couldn't. I swear to whatever deity you follow that all these things are true and that I didn't mess with this image. You can see my reflection in the window off to the left of the figure, which is mostly opaque with its legs dangling off my desk. The photo is taken at an angle, but the door was on the far left of the room. I still have no explanation as to what it is, but I do have some hunches on where it could have come from. Any speculation or help is more than welcome. Everything you need to know about this situation is in the description of the photo, thankfully, and there are many factors that should be considered when trying to decide if an image is fake or not. However, the description shared by the original user seems genuine and accurately describes the fear that one would feel in relation to an image like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to click that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to keep updated with our videos. And if you enjoyed this narration, maybe consider checking out my personal channel at youtube.com/ty_knots.